man, this quarantine, like, I don't think any of us thought that it would be span this much into it. Like, we thought it would have been like a phase and it's over, but it's crazy because I'm actually like newly married. I got married in December, and then my wife is from the UK, so I've been out here with her, and then I got to do a show in the US in March, beginning of March. So right around the time that it was picking up or whatever, I flew back to the US. I did the show in March. It was in Ohio State at the university, and then all this stuff started picking up. And it's crazy because my wife is a pharmacist. She's actually a stand-up comedian, but like her profession, she's a pharmacist. So she actually ended up getting COVID because she works at the hospital. So I flew back out to the UK to be with her. She's okay now, like, thank God, she's good. But she wasn't feeling well at the time. So I was like, I gotta be with my wife, So I flew out here, be with her, and then things really started going crazy. And it was like, man, from a personal standpoint, it's just like, it makes you, like, your mind is all over the place. Because if you got loved ones, and like me, I'm an immigrant. I wasn't born in the U.S., right? But I was raised there, and I got family all over the world, especially like my family in Sudan. And we don't have the medical needs. Like if things really go haywire, it's gonna be bad. You know what I mean? So it makes you like, you just gotta focus, and it's hard sometimes to focus on music, where you got to worry about your cousin somewhere that's maybe sick and how you gonna take care of him and this and that. So we just kind of go around in circles. Your head is all over the place. And from a musical standpoint, man, as you know, like, performing is where our money comes in. Our income is most of the time, and it's been no shows. You know what I mean? You can't just fly somewhere and perform anymore. So like, and thank God, because at the same time, like, I'm thankful because you got to protect your health. So I get it. You don't want to be careless, but it's like, you got to find out how to eat somehow. And I'm glad to be kind of up to date with the tech and the Zoom and all that. I've been doing lives on Instagram or whatever I can just to keep the conversation going, man. So yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, with the youth finding out their own way to do it, because times change. Like, you can't be stuck in the past and it's either my way or the highway. You got to let people do their own thing, and it's a lot to take in. And like you said, even like as a kid, I remember like when my friends just going into whatever store, whatever, to the mall and have security following us. So like, there's those experiences, you get pulled over, you're like, oh, well, somebody said so-and-so was, like stealing from the whatever grocery store. And you get pulled over just because you might look a certain way. So those things did happen, and they still happen. And that's the thing. Like, this is not a new phenomenon. It's just now with social media, we see it a lot more. Maybe 15, 20 years ago, you couldn't see it as often. You know what I mean? You see it in your own community, but you don't see something happening in DC or in Seattle or wherever else, right? Now, the world we live in such a global society, right? Everybody's connected with everybody. So you see it a lot more, and I feel like just our collective anger is like at an all-time high now. You know what I mean? And you'll have people go out there out of anger and maybe not make the best decisions when they're angry, because like, it's justified anger though. You know what I mean? I don't condone like violence or whatever, but I can understand it at least. You know what I mean? And even out here in the UK, it happens, and a lot of people don't know, like, racism and prejudice. It's a global thing. It's not just an American thing. You know what I mean? There's different ways of going about it. You know what I mean? Like, the racism here in the UK, it's not the same type of racism that you experience in the US, but it's still there, right? And out here, they had a Black Lives Matter protest, and I was, grateful enough to attend it and speak and whatnot. So it was just beautiful to see, like, the world as a global community come together for the same cause, and that was just a beautiful thing to see. Music and art in general is a lot of times like the voice of the voiceless. You know what I mean? It's like, they say history is written by the victors, right? By the people that win the battles. But like, as artists, a lot of times we're in the group that doesn't get represented in their own voices in the history books. You know what I mean? And so we write our own history through our songs. And when you say like music can be therapeutic, you don't have to be like a quote unquote conscious rapper. You can make a fun song, a dance song, because not a lot of times you want to listen to that hard hitting stuff. Sometimes you just want to just wind down and relax. You got a lot on your mind. And so although my music may have like a certain vibe to it, like I come with like hard hitting lyrics and whatnot, but I don't even listen to that kind of music all the time. I got to listen to fun music every now and then to relax. So music as a whole, not a specific genre or a subgenre. It's we write history as it happens in real time. We have to keep making these kind of songs. And I pointed that out before. I put out a thing on Instagram and on Twitter, and I was like, listen, I make this kind of music, but I don't like the fact that I have to make this kind of music. Like, I'm not happy the fact that 5 years later, I'm still making the same song and generally, right? It may sound different and the lyrics may be different, but it's the same topics. And it's like, that means nothing has really changed. And so I want to get to a point, hopefully in the future, where we don't have to keep making these kind of songs, Even if if I just stop making this kind of music tomorrow, right? Somebody's going to listen to one of my songs and they're going to get inspired by it. So the message is always going to be there. It's not going to stop.